Well, thank you, Sharon. If it hadn't been for you, when I was putting the phone on the tripod, I must have accidentally pushed the microphone button. I was talking to everybody and nobody could hear me. That's two times within a week that I've had sound issues. One time was equipment, and one time was me accidentally pushing the wrong button this morning. I could have sworn I heard sound when I first checked this morning. So let me go back and say good morning, Charlie, Ecot, Sharon, Roger, Sean. Thank you. And the last time that I've got a Bluetooth microphone, so when I go into the house, I can still talk to you guys. Um, the last time that it messed up was when the turkeys were um, close enough to hear, and this morning I could hear turkeys. Good morning, Mr. Lee. Mr. Lee must be in one of those fake Italian restaurants where they had the sky painted on the ceiling. Yeah, there's a certain group of people that thinks dogs are just dirty animals. I refer them to that Twilight Zone episode where the old guy has passed away. He's walking up the dirt road and he comes to one spot and they don't allow dogs. And he said, well, I like this place and everything, but if you don't allow dogs, I don't think it's for me. And it was Satan's home. But because he was dedicated to his dog, he got into heaven. Dogs are just like people. You got really good ones and you got a few bad eggs. Yep, that's the one, Roger. No, Stephen King's got some good stuff, but the best, I don't think so. It's hard to pick just one. There's so many good, really good ones. Alfred Hitchcock had he had a knack for taking something from everyday life and turning it into a horror. And in his movies, they started out as something insignificant and built. Could be, could be, Mr. Lee. Vaguely. I grew up watching the original Twilight Zone, and nothing really matched it to me. Rod Serling coming on, laying the foundation for the episode, always smoking a cigarette, and black and white. I was in second grade, and we had a school play, The Monsters Are Due on Maple Street, one of my all-time favorite Twilight Zone episodes. I think I watched them some, but not too much. Tales from the Dark Side. Uh, Tales from the Dark Side was more prominent here. I think a lot of the Twilight Zone episodes were very true to life in many ways. People's obsessions, addictions, uh, fears, biases. So HBO had a show back in the 80s, and it was about a guy, and often he would be playing scenes from movies and television in his head. I'm not as bad as that, but that happens a lot. JB. Hello, JB. For me, usually it's somebody will say something and my mind will jump to a song. And speaking of jumping, I have not seen any deer in the backyard or the neighbor's backyard. I'll have to look that up.
fire up the laptop, check the emails. Yeah, Mr. Lee, Tom Baker, he was the Doctor Who. I don't care what anybody says. Mr. Lee, when I was living in South Carolina. It was on the news. This young lady was getting married, and she was a huge Doctor Who fan, and her fiance also. And her dad built a life-size TARDIS, and I saw it in person, and it looked just like what they have on the TV show. That's a dedicated dad. Yeah, the new one doesn't sit well with a lot of people. Of course, there's a small fan base that's absolutely gaga over it. Over the years, at first it was Tom Baker or nobody, but I can tolerate. I think his name was John Pertwee. However you pronounce that, I don't know. But I thought John did a pretty good job. And then there were episodes like The Three Doctors. I like that. And in the beginning, I wasn't a big, what's her name? Sarah, I think is her name. I wasn't a big fan of her, but over the years, I think she kind of became my favorite. Short black hair. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, he was probably my second favorite. The one with the curly blonde hair. Oh, geez, no, absolutely no. And Perry was really nice until they just run that character into the ground. There's a Japanese Chinese fusion restaurant that is nearby somewhat, and they have this sauce that you can put on your food, and it tastes absolutely fantastic for about 3 bites. And after 3 bites, it's like your tongue becomes accustomed to it and you can't taste it anymore. I have never experienced anything like it in my life. But the first few bites are really good. And that's kind of the way the character that Perry was. First few episodes, she was okay, but it tapered off pretty quick. Matt Smith, I'm not familiar with that name. I'll have to look that up. See, we got on local PBS here. They played Doctor Who. They played the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, which to me is the definitive Sherlock Holmes. They played Butterflies, Solo, Neighbors, Fawlty Towers. So the local PBS here did a pretty good job of exposing us to British television in the 70s and 80s. I don't know that that was available here. I know the name. I couldn't tell you anything about the show. I was a huge fan of Faulty Towers and Solo. I think that was the name, Solo. Sharon, he was the best in my opinion. And when that was on here, they would air an episode on Sunday evening, Wednesday evening, and then they would air it again Sunday afternoon, the same episode. And I've got the complete works of Sherlock Holmes, all the episodes. And I got into the habit of I would watch the episode on Wednesday, read the episode between Wednesday and Sunday, and then watch the episode again Sunday. Mr. Bean. I'm sorry, I can't take Mr. Bean. Another show that made it on US TV that I'm a huge fan of, The Champions. 1960s, kind of sci-fi. Marisa. Hello, Marisa. The Champions are available on YouTube. I don't know if they got all the episodes, but I was a huge fan of that. I watched a little bit of Red Dwarf. It didn't spark my interest that much. It's you have to admit British humor is different than humor here in the States. It's like, to me, people say, how can you be a fan of Doctor Who and a fan of Star Trek? They're so different. Well, they're both fiction. To me, Doctor Who is just pure fiction. And because all of the technology is just, imaginary out of somebody's brain. Star Trek was based more on science fact as far as the technology they used. Yeah, it's like Monty Python. I saw several of the Monty Python movies. Monty Python, The Holy Grail. I think I've seen it a few times. The Killer Rabbit is hilarious. I quote that to this day. Run away, run away. That, and it's only a flesh wound. Do you guys remember the champions, Stuart Damon? He was an American actor that was in it. Alexandra Bastido. I think she might have been Italian, at least Italian heritage. And Gaunt. Can't think of his first name, but his last name was Gaunt. Those were the three champions. And UFO. Oh my goodness. I watched UFO last night. Yes, Sharon. Yeah, that's it, Sharon. It could be Mr. Lee. Mr. Lee, you might want to check out a couple of episodes, but check out episode number 1 first, because it explains how they got their talents and everything. I recommend it to everybody. I mean, to have been from the 1960s, it was way ahead of time. Just so far ahead of its time. And I always laughed as a kid at UFO because the UFOs had terrible aim with their energy weapons, but the Earthlings could shoot one rocket and knock them out of the sky. But it was still fun. And all the women on the moon were hot. I mean, hot. The Prisoner. Now I'm thinking about all those 60 TV shows that I like so much. Yeah, David's out there. David, it's funny. I'll be listening to David in one of his talks, and he'll go on for a pretty good while, and he sounds very reasonable. And then it's like all of a sudden he just hits another dimension. It's like, what? Wow. So I put David in the acquired taste category. But they crashed something man-made crashed into the moon, and this was a satellite or something, and they had devices uh, on the moon that could measure uh, vibration, like seismic activity, and it vibrated for a very long time. And they used the term "ring like a bell," which kind of points toward it being hollow. I need another cup of coffee. Oh, bright sunshine. It looks so nice. Yeah, The Prisoner was one of my favorite TV shows growing up. Never missed an episode of that. I like the actor that played the main character. He was in the Clint Eastwood movie Escape from Alcatraz. He was a good actor. I kind of like going to places where they filmed the movies. Um, you guys don't pass out, but I've never watched The Hunger Games. Maybe one day I'll get around to it. But uh, one of the waterfalls that I have videos of, they filmed part of The Hunger Games there. And the movie The Last of the Mohicans was filmed there. For a while, North Carolina was called Hollywood East. There was 2 or 3 TV shows filmed down at our coast. Nah, I've watched a few episodes of the Grimm, the TV series, and that's about it. But one day I won't be able to go and walk the trails, and I'll probably catch up on a bunch of movies at that time. Uh, watch your ears, folks. I'm gonna move the microphone over here. Hopefully that didn't crunch and crackle too much. Fire up the laptop. Oh, cool. I might have to check that out. Are they on YouTube or another platform? You can if you want to. Oh. Ah. Let's see here. Mm-hmm. Oh, I can see right away why you made some of the statements that you made. One glance, not even a look, and I can tell that's going to be woke. The guy looks like this girl that used to work for me. Oh, that's funny, Mr. Lee. I see. I got sent out to Denver for some training. This place that I worked, I was out there for a week, and we didn't have any free time. But the day we got there, we had a few hours, and we drove into the Rocky Mountains, and I was very surprised that first of all, I'd never seen moose before, and I saw moose there. that was just crazy. The mountains, it was a sight to see because they are properly named Rocky Mountains because it's mostly rock. I mean, you get up that high, the trees don't grow. And I'm used to the mountains here where they are totally green, lush, humid, etc. But I saw a hotel up there and I did not even realize it was the Stanley. Isn't that terrible? I was at the Stanley and didn't even know I was there. That would have been 2007, I think. I'll give them a look, Mr. Lee, but I'm not going to make any promises. Yeah, the haunted hotel. The one used in The Shining. And let me tell you, well, I had to share a car, and everybody else just wanted to get to their room. Adventurous would not be an adjective to describe them. So, but that's one thing I've learned over the years. Most of the time, my level of enthusiasm is higher than other people's. Oh no, Shelley was an interesting woman. You know, it's sad when some of those movie stars they just don't um, don't know how to manage their money, uh, make bad decisions. People steal from them, you know, any of the above, and they end up almost destitute. That is a shame. And the child actors that their parents took their money. Yeah, it is. And after Jimi Hendrix and all the other singers through the years that have died from drugs and alcohol, it just, when will people learn? And if you're going into the business of being an actor or a singer, and you make your living, you're going to have to deal with people. These people who get there and then they don't want to have anything to do with their fans. What did you expect? We got on that subject recently. It was funny. We were on that subject talking about, people, when you met them, they turned out to be totally different. And within 5 days of that, there was a program I watched, and that was one of the questions that had been emailed into them. Who turned out to be totally different than what you thought they'd be? Yeah, I met her. Wait a minute. Are you talking about the original Superman TV show or the first Superman movie? Margot Kidder. The movie is Margot Kidder. She was in Amityville Horror. But as far as Margot goes, when I met her, we stood around and talked, swat jokes. She was very proud of her grandchildren. And, it's kind of neat standing around talking with Lois Lane about her grandkids. People like that, I am still a fan. I'm probably more of a fan after talking to her than before. But, I told you another actor that I met, they didn't want to have anything to do with their fans whatsoever. It's like, okay, we don't have to watch your movies. I'm a big fan. If people don't want to hang around you, don't bug them. Leave them alone. Yeah, Benny Hill was a unique individual. I really liked the Benny Hill show. He was hilarious. And he pushed the limits. I like the Paul Hogan show. He had a 30-minute comedy show. Somehow or other, the local TV stations here got it from Australia and played it. And he come on like 7 o'clock on one of the local channels. And I thought the comedy was hilarious. Yep. Close to a decade before he was Crocodile Dundee. If you haven't watched the comedy, they got parts of his shows on YouTube. Uh, Danger Dunga or something like that. Uh, he's just hilarious. I think he is. I'm not sure. Well, on IMDb, it's showing his birth date, but he apparently is still with us. He's getting up there. He's approaching 90 years old. Yeah, it should be fun. I still haven't seen Age of Disclosure. I figured it would be out there for free by now. Good morning, Kathy Bates. I hope you're doing well. Mr. Lee, I've been thinking about getting Amazon Prime, and let's just say if I do, we'll be having some watch parties. But like I said, my level of enthusiasm is usually above that of others. Kathy, I was thinking about you the other day. TV show I was watching was talking about the Serpent Mound in Ohio. Yeah, I looked into YouTube television. I thought it might be 10, maybe even $15 a month. Oh no, it is expensive, and it doesn't have all the channels I would like to have. Well, I thought you might live up there close to the Serpent Mound. Mr. Lee, if you order something and you don't really need next day delivery, if you allow Amazon to deliver it like whatever amount of time it is, like 3 days later or 5 days later, they will give you points or benefits of some kind. So when you don't have to have it overnight, you can get a little bit of your, a little bit of perks coming back to you. Yeah. I can't remember where I stumbled across that information, but it's like, oh, that's pretty good. But I order so seldom. Really? Okay, Kathy. Yeah, I've good morning, Moggs. I hope you and Stevie B are doing well. Yeah, that's right, Mr. Lee. I've learned to ignore them. Kathy, are you on the lake shore? How far are you from the lake shore? Well, that's nice, Kathy. The only time I went through Ohio was on my way to Detroit. I think we went through Toledo. I'm not sure. Yeah, there's some stuff going on up that part of Michigan. I wanted to go back to the Henry Ford because it is a fantastic museum. But with everything going on there, I don't think I want to. I don't think I want to go there. But I wanted to go to Detroit and then cross into Canada, see if I could get up with some friends in Toronto, and that way I could see a couple of the Great Lakes, and then drive across Canada over to Niagara Falls. No, it's Minnesota. Minnesota is where all the fraud is going on that's made the news, but California fraud is about to hit the news. And they're about to put in a reward system that if you point out fraud, you can get up to 30% of whatever the fraud is. So if somebody's committing fraud and they got $1 million, if you turn them in and they get the money back and the charges stick, you would get 300,000. Yeah, and they're kind of next to each other. They're separated by I think they're separated by one of the Great Lakes. No, Wisconsin is between the two. I've been to Minneapolis. I was up there for 3 weeks, and I enjoyed it. I really did. Went to Mall of America, and now, that's another place I'd like to visit again, but no way with everything going on there. DC is cleaned up, so I might take a trip up there. Because I'd like to go to some of the places in DC. It's been a long time. I was in grade school. I went to Alexandria to see a band play. You are very true. They knew what was going on. It's been on the news here anyway, so I guess it's okay to talk about it. They just found recordings where a certain government overseas was getting funding from the U.S. and the conversation was how to send a certain percentage back to government here. Yeah, they know. But Mr. Lee, it's just history repeating itself. I mean, yeah, I know, Mr. Lee. And, I just hope you're not too far over the slippery slope to where you can't get back. Good morning, Soul Star. I hope you're doing well. I had to put the phone on the charger for your show. Stepped out of the room, got busy. When I come back, you were gone. But my phone was paying attention. Yeah, I know, Mr. Lee. Um, I would have liked to have traveled to the UK at one time, but now, nope, I wouldn't go to the UK because the places that I would like to visit, I would probably be a target. Well, I remind everybody we need to be praying for one another, meditating, sending good vibes to one another, whatever your belief system is. I got just one last cup of coffee, and the pot will be empty. Yeah, I understand. Sometimes I feel the same way. But do the best you can. That's all any of us can do is the best that we can.
Oh, it's going to be in the 70s today. That's, might even make it to 80. I try to tell people I'm a optimistic realist. I think it was Ben Franklin who said, hope for the best, prepare for the worst, and you are less likely to be surprised. That's it, Soul Star. And you know, when things happen, you know, that's just life. Things happen. And you know, you deal with it and you help people along. But when people create their own problems, you know, my tolerance level goes down really quick when they're creating their own problems. You know, it's like this famous golfer that's in the news. He's rich enough he could have a driver. He wouldn't be worrying about all these charges and everything. But no, he wants his privacy. Well, once again, buddy, you kind of sort of decided for that public life. Sometimes I can't watch too many of them because I would sometimes it's just so sad, it's depressing, and sometimes it's just so funny. You know, my laughing muscles ache afterwards. But these people who get stopped by police, and in their minds they cannot see that they did anything wrong because they were just doing what they wanted to do. Bah. Oh my goodness, Soul Star, that's terrible. See, that's a catch-22 situation. You kind of need to be aware of what's going on so that you can prepare and hopefully
contribute to stopping the bad stuff, but at the same time, you can't dwell on it. It's like when I was photographing weddings, well, I was going to do a point of view thing, but it might not be related enough to what we're talking about now that I think about it. Well, a thicker skin might be one way to say it, but you know, that's why I have the attitude, you know, I don't need a thick skin to allow people their decisions. You know, here lately, it's come up more than once. People who don't want to be around me, okay, no big deal. Don't be around me. And it does not hurt my feelings. It was like the when I was bartending, my thing was my regular customers, I had memorized what they drank. And they would just walk up, and as they were walking to the bar, they would hold up how many fingers, you know, like if one guy, if he held up one finger, he was there by himself and he wanted a Bud Light. If he held up two fingers, him and his girlfriend was there and he wanted, you know, a Bud Light and a Michelob. And I got good tips for it. I mean, really good tips for 1980. And they would see me out at the mall and they'd run up to me. And the first thing they'd say, "What do I drink?" And, you know, I remember those times and those people, and it's like, okay, cool. And people that worked for me, long after we didn't work together, they were still inviting me to their parties and get-togethers. And that let me know that, yeah, overall, I did a good job. Because, you know, they didn't have to invite me after they didn't work for me. No, Mr. Lee, I've been fully aware for a couple of years. I saw it coming. Some of the people that I listen to do a good job of covering what's going on in London. It's like I know a little bit about London, a little bit about Australia, a little bit about this place and that place, not much. But anyway, Soul Star, think about the people, you know, the positive people. And the people that, you know, do you wrong or don't want to hang around you, just let them be like water on a duck's back. Let them roll off and go downstream. And yes, I fully realize that's easier said than done. listen to them birds sing and have a good time. Yeah. And the other thing you got to realize, the world has changed and people got some strange ideas. I think, and this is opinion, so you guys can take it with a grain of salt or just toss it over your shoulders and forget about it. Soap operas, everyday life is boring compared to soap operas. So people were motivated to make their lives more like soap operas. And then there's these survivor shows, Big Brother, and all they're doing is teaching people to backstab their friends, plot, plan, and scheme. That's right, Mods. We need to do it in the correct way. But the back to the TV shows, and now just look out at how many people are backstabbing, doing what they want, and they it's not been a positive effect on society. That's right, Mr. Lee, and we realize that. So I need to get off my soapbox. Aren't we happy to have Mr. Lee here? It is so good to have him showing up. Moggs is here. Soul Star. I know Sharon's listening. Roger Blair is probably still listening. And all the new visitors, which we appreciate. We need to turn that off before the phone starts ringing. Oh. This is not good. That's okay, Roger. That's the whole point of this show is all of us share coffee and good conversation and listen to nature. Yeah, Mr. Lee, trust me, we're thinking about you and all of your fellow citizens there. Well, I hope the birds put you to sleep, Roger, and not my monologue. Mr. Lee, you take care. I have that effect on people. When I was teaching the stress management class, I told everybody, we're going to do some guided meditation, and some of you are going to fall asleep. Don't worry, it's normal. And they would just freak out at the thought of falling asleep. It's like, nah, that's kind of the goal. Get you relaxed to where you'll fall asleep. That's right, Kathy. The music of the birds are it's just fantastic. So Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9 o'clock East Coast time. That's 9 p.m. That's usually where I hang out. Kathy, that's not true. I don't know about you, but with my allergies, I would probably draw attention to me asleep in public because I probably snore. Yes, old star. They'll get on the subject of fishing often, but I mean they live right on the shoreline of a lake, so and we're talking about getting out into nature. I bet you do, Kathy. You guys can fish. I'll drive the boat. Wow, Roger. It's been longer than that for me. Let's see here. We went to a pond to do some fishing, and I got to see a guy kill 3 rattlesnakes with a shotgun. And the time before that, I got hooked in the arm. But just because it's not my thing doesn't mean it can't be other people's. You might enjoy it again. Check out Mog's show, and you might hear something that spark your interest. Kathy is definitely a nature lover. She has all kinds of animal stories. Maurice, good evening. Thank you so much. And I hope you and your family are doing well. Oh, cool. That's exactly right, Moggs. Of course, she's baiting them a bit, but her last name is Bates. So I, that story still makes me laugh. I mean, it really makes me laugh. When Kathy tells it, it makes me laugh. And then when Mike tells it, I laugh even more. Yeah, he does. He tells it absolutely to perfection. I mean, perfection. I still say Mike should be a comic. He is just hilarious. No, he doesn't. He he tells the same story you tell. He just accentuates certain parts of the story. Mike's a good guy. He's just Mike. Charlie, when I was setting things up this morning, I accidentally turned the microphone off. So I wasn't ignoring you, but that is fixed now. All right, let me get into my emails here. Oh, okay. Yeah, I had the coffee pot going. The birds were singing, and I apparently my finger brushed across the microphone button on the phone and turned the microphone off. And it was about 15 minutes into the program before anybody said anything. But that's okay. Hello, Princess. Good evening. And Charlie, I appreciate you going to because YouTube doesn't allow the link to work. You got to copy and paste. And I'll explain that email address in my return to you. I hope everybody has plans for something fun to do today. Face the Ace. Hey, buddy. Hope you are doing well. Thank you, Face. I've had all my coffee. Rick, buddy, good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate everybody coming in to chat and listening to the birds with us this morning. We're having some kind of fun now. Judy, it's good to see you, even if it's for just a couple of minutes. Yeah, we've got a couple of fires in the mountains, and it's been dry here to the point there's a no burn ban for all 100 counties. You stay safe, Judy, and we hope that everybody there is safe. They're hyping it up more than it actually is, but you know, whatever. They're just promoting their agenda. Oh, it's easy. Full disclosure, I'm only nice to nice people. Oh, geez, Roger. I was driving through West Virginia one time and on I-77, and there was several mountains on fire. It was a sight to see. Crazy stuff. That was the subject that we were talking about earlier, Judy. All the craziness. There is no shortage of crazy in the world these days. Well, I'm going to meander out on the back porch and turn the camera off. Oh no, Judy. I know you were looking forward to that. I am sorry to hear that for you, Judy. I really am. Yeah. Well, if everything goes smooth this afternoon, I will see you guys tonight at Mog's. I got to have a little trip to the dentist, and if things go smooth, like I said, I'll see you at Mog's tonight. If I'm not there, I'm just miserable and recovering. But only time will tell. Yep, 9 o'clock tonight for Mog's. I appreciate every one of you coming by today and visiting. And as always, I hope that your day goes smooth. Pray for one another. And I hope that nothing but kind words comes your way.